Buying steel ships from the forge is probably the worst investment you can take as of now. And why this is, I will talk you through in 2 games and a lot of information. So stay tuned. You would originally think the ships you can buy in the forge are a huge investment and a very good choice to get. The Missouri has radar, the Salem is brand new. So they cost you 17 or 25,000 steel. But the problem with these things is since 2 days we have the legendary and the epic mods available. So you have to make a choice because the average player probably doesn't have access to as much steel as somebody playing 24/7. But let's say you have 20, 30, 40,000 steel on your account and you have to make the decision what to do. You can decide to get the Salem for 25,000, but then you have one ship and that's it. And what you have to do these days instead is you have to equip your ships with epic mods. The epic mods, they give you up to 10% reload boost or range depending on the mod. And it depends, or they activate with every 30k damage you deal with the enemy. And on top of that, you can turn them into legendary mods, and the legendary level will give you 5% additional damage, up to 25%, once you kill enemy ships. And these two variants, they stack, so you get double boni. So why now is buying steel forge ship a bad investment? I tell you why. And you will see that in 2 games I played today, and I added here so you can enjoy them after my introduction. Let's do the math. If you don't play epic or legendary mods on your ship, you're losing out 10% reload booster. Let's say we talk about gun reload or torp reload, and you lose up to 25% HP. Let's take the average game. The average game, depending on your stats, you get probably in your base stats, you get 1 point something average kills per game. So you would think, in an average game, legendary mod activates maybe 5%. But even these 5% in the average game are similar to having another inspiration, or the difference between somebody playing epic and legendary mods is the same as if you had a fully equipped ship and fully maxed out 16-4 captains running up against somebody going with a stock ship and doesn't have any inspirations or camouflage on the ship. And especially in destroyers, you exactly know what this is like and what is the difference then. So if you run into an enemy DD with 10% improved reload because you already dealt 150k damage and probably 20% more HP damage because you already killed 4 ships and you're probably the last one standing against 1 or 2, this definitely will make a difference. And this is the reason why I decided to equip all my destroyers from tier 7, tier 8 and legendary, besides the Russians because I don't play them. I equipped all my destroyers, as you saw in the beginning of this video, with epic mods, so I get at least up to 10% reload booster. And the best 10 or 15 of them I equipped with legendary mods. So all my legendary ships do have the legendary mods, and most premiums, which I play most often, or I think Le Fantasque put it on, and so on. So I decided to really take the investment of 30k and get like 10, 15 legendary mods for tier 7 to legendary best ships. And I think this will give me an edge over the average player who gets like one legendary mod and he has the Missouri or the Salem. But basically, how often will you play the Missouri or the Salem? You're gonna play 20, 30 other ships in tier 7, tier 8 and legendary. And so the use of these legendary ships is very limited, whereas if you decide to invest in legendary and epic mods, you have the use in every game. And you can see in this and the following game how useful it is to have a fast reload, and even faster than ordinary. You see I already activated the first level of epic and legendary now by just killing the first ship. And I still have 8 ships left, so I already have an advantage of 5% more damage and 2% faster reload than I would have without these legendary mods. So in my opinion, if you are running tier 7 and up these days and you don't run these mods, at least the epic mods, you are the underdog from scratch. And the thing is, who gets steel? Steel probably is earned by players who play pretty good. You can get them if you buy out the campaign and continue playing. You get a few steel, but usually you get steel playing arena or playing ranked and being ranked the top 1%. So we're talking about very good players who have access to a lot of steel. And these very good players now have the tool to decide, do I get a steel ship, or do I squeeze the last bit out of every ship I'm playing? And I promise you, I squeezed out every bit, and that will make me even a better and more competitive player and even harder to kill. Because if I get 20% more damage after 4 kills, and 4 kills in a good game for me is not too difficult. I have games I get killed immediately, so 1, 2, 3 games are garbage, but then I get this very good game again. And you can see here I have 2 nice games just from this morning I played within an hour or so. So these mods really do pay off if you're above the average. If you're an average player getting 1 kill a game and doing 60k damage, you may consider getting the steel ship, but the steel ship probably won't help you as well or as much, because you need to be skilled for them as well. So how often are you going to play them? So my advice is forget about the steel ships and invest every steel you have into epic mods, and start with the epic mods to put them on your 10, 20, 30 tier 7 to legendary ships. And if you have enough steel, start with with your top 5 played ships and put the legendary mods on. I wouldn't advise to remove them for doubloons and reinstall them, because every time that costs you 25 to remove them, 25 doubloons, and 250 to reinstall them. So that's roughly 300 doubloons for one change. And how often you're gonna make that? You're gonna make that 3 times a night. That's 3k doubloons. So that's really not worth it. You better take these change doubloons and buy one premium ship you really fancy, instead of buying a steel ship and being the underdog because you don't have the epic and legendary mods. So coming back to my headline, these 2 games really show you why it is essential to have these reload mods. For example, now in this situation, 4 times epic mod means 8% improved torpedo reload, and 5% more damage. And as I continue getting kills, the damage racks up too. And Kleber does have almost 19k base damage torpedoes, so they will be like 23k when I hit the last ships. So you have to deduct the torpedo protection of the battleships and cruisers. But even if you have a 30-40% torpedo protection on a Yamato or so, this really helps getting 20% more damage, because then a complete salvo really can sink a ship, and you probably don't need a second salvo in some destroyers. So it really makes the edge. Or if you run up against another destroyer, 1 torpedo might be enough to completely kill him. If you do, for example, if you take my ship here, Kleber, with 21,900 HP, and my torpedo does 22 damage, or would make, or it does effectively, once I have activated the second level here. Now we do 21. So if I get the 3rd kill, I have 22 damage. So a single torpedo would kill any enemy destroyer with less HP than my torpedo. So I don't even need 2 torpedo hits on the destroyer. So it makes these things very, very attractive and difficult. And you see this Montana was melting like ice in the sunshine. And yeah, very, very easy kills. And these ships get really OP if you use the legendary mods. And especially if the other guys in the opposite team have no access to them or decided to get the steel ships instead of getting the mods. So it's your decision, guys. Take what you want, but I tell you, you will be losing more games if you don't have these mods. So this is my advice, and I hope you enjoy watching these 2 games here. Stay tuned. There's another game in Shimakaze following the Kleber here. And the next game will be a loss. So in case you want to see me getting a loss, no, I'm not winning every game. I'm losing as many games as you guys. But people are not watching losses on YouTube. That's why the majority of my games I post are wins. Because these are usually the good games. But the Shima game actually turned out to be very good and a very close one. If I had been lucky with my last torpedo, we probably had won that, and I had I could have had a 6 or 7 kill game in the Shima. And again with the legendary mod, so you can see how useful that is, especially with the Shima and almost 90-second torp reload. If you bring that down by 10%, you have 80 seconds, and if you add 20% more HP to the torpedoes, it's really a disaster for most ships, even for cruisers and all of them. So enjoy the next game. I hope you enjoyed the whole video. If you liked it, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. This channel is a destroyer focused channel, and I have a playlist for every destroyer tier 5 and up, or some even tier 4. So browse for the destroyer you're interested, and you find a lot of videos for each destroyer. I have a series of tutorials if you're new to this. Find the how to become a top 1% destroyer captain, because this will teach you in currently 11 episodes from the scratch, from the very first moment you hop into your destroyer, what to do, how to play, and gives you tips and tricks, and guides you and talks you through everything from the basics to advanced strategic approaches. So thanks for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and have a good time. See you out there and thank you out there. Bye bye.
Stationen. Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren. Maschinenboost aktiviert. Alle Stationen. Brauche Feuerunterstützung. Gegnerischer Kreuzer versenkt. Alle Stationen, Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren.